Hello, I'm Aisha and I'll be describing cerebral lateralisation during sign and spoke language production in children born deaf. Language is a common mode of communication between humans, and it's said that impaired auditory experience can affect language production. The study I will be describing here aims to find out the relationship between impaired sensory experience, such as impaired auditory experience, and language processing. The study has predicted that lateralization during language processing follow learning and domain-based theories, which means the deaf children will show left lateralization regardless of the modality of the language. The study has also predicted a positive relationship between the strength of lateralization and language ability. So the method includes procedure of estimates, participants, FTC materials, and analysis. Ethical approval were obtained from a UCL research committee, and consent was obtained from parents and the children. And the deaf children were tested both in English and BSA, whichever combination they preferred, with the BSA stands for British Sign Language. Study took place for 2 or 3 sessions. During the assessment of cognitive, nonverbal IQ was measured using a subset scale of BAA3 scale. During the assessment of language in case of deaf children, general expressive vocabulary, receptive language, and language proficiency was measured using 3 different and specific subsets of BAA3 scale. Whether in case of the assessment of language in hearing children, there was no assessment of receptive language. 2 tasks were included in the estimates of handedness, and they were card reaching tasks and 4 objects entered. And card LQ and object LQ were calculated from the task, and where the 0 means the preferences, no preferences, and minus 100 means the preference of left hand. 22 deaf children were recorded for the study, and there was a difference between deaf children and the hearing children, except for the average age. FTCD materials had been used in the study to record the blood flow velocity, where the children watched the animation. Normally, children watch the animation for 12 seconds, then they describe the event for 10 seconds, then followed by 60 seconds of rest period. There was a total of 30 clips. In case of behavioral data processing, responses of hearing children were audio recorded and transcribed offline, with the response of deaf children were video recorded and transcribed using a specific software. In case of FTCD data processing, period of interest and LI was calculated. Here the LI stands for the average of the left minus right differences within 2-second window. LY was also assessed through a t-test to see whether the LI value were significantly right or left lateralized. So here are the results of this experiment. According to behavioral data results, we can see that the deaf children produced an average of 7.8 seconds of words, and whereas the hearing children produced 17.3 seconds of words. To maintain the FTCD data quality, two children were removed from the study, and reliability measured using Half correlation coefficient. Results of the LI indicates that there was left lateralization in both groups, and in terms of strength of LI, there was no significant differences. To determine whether a cochlear implant plays a part in this experiment or this study, the researchers measured the strength of LI, and they didn't find any differences. And also to determine one of the hypotheses, which is the positive relationship, they measured the offline behavior of language proficiency and identified any differences. However, they didn't find any differences. There may be a true differences or 0, or maybe there is insufficient power to detect the effect size. That's why they ran a test which is called the test of equivalence, and they also calculate a bias factor from the test. And according to the results of test of equivalence, there was a significant difference between the group, and the bias factor have a moderate support for the null hypothesis. There are some points in the study which can question the support, like the difference in age, because many have said that there could be age-driven lateralization. However, since the researchers had selected only the tasks that represent the early developmental skills, the age-driven difference does not appear. And the point is that, according to learning-based theory, there may be a positive relationship between the strength of LI and language ability. Though the findings support the learning-based theory, it doesn't support a positive relationship. Thank you.